Back to Iran now. The old Israeli Guard blasting the new administration for its allegedly toothless approach in dealing with Washington's policy on Iran. And especially now following the election of Ebraim Raisi, aka the hangman of Tehran, to be Iran's president-elect. Hannah Rifkin with the story.
Israeli officials across the spectrum in unison still damning the JCPOA Iranian nuclear deal as a dangerous agreement for the world. IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Aviv Kochavi, for one, just finishing his first official visit to the U.S. And while there, he argued that, quote, all other options should be exhausted to prevent Tehran from acquiring nuclear military capabilities. Not all Israeli officials are on the exact same page, though. Former Prime Minister and now opposition leader Benjamin Netanyahu accusing Foreign Minister Yair Lapid of endangering Israel. This after Lapid reportedly promised to maintain regular open channels of communication with Washington, to work out any disagreements behind closed doors, and to refrain from any, quote, surprises. Netanyahu, for his part, saying that with such a policy, quote, the new Israeli government will have no choice but to coordinate with Washington, which is rushing to rejoin a dangerous deal and won't take military action.
Mind you, there is no greater ally and no greater friend that Israel has like the United States. But when it comes to matters of our security, our very survival, I always reserve the right to act on our own without informing our American friends. There were times that I did tell them of impending actions. There were many other times that I didn't. And yet it took the Lapid-Bennett government 3 days to undermine this important and critical tenet in our national security. And that's why this government is so dangerous to our future.
As for Iran, the Ayatollah regime and its new president-elect, Ebraim Raisi, already putting major roadblocks in the way of any real progress in Vienna. Raisi, also known as the hangman of Tehran, saying on Monday that Iran's foreign policy will not be limited by the JCPOA. Nor will Iran sign a deal before the U.S. and Europe lift all sanctions, and no changes to the deal will be respected or even entertained. Raisi specifically addressing American hopes to curb Iran's missile program and support for proxy terrorists.
مسائل منطقه‌ای یا مسائل موشکی قابل مذاکره نیست.